First, here's a brand new arrival to the collection of marvelous floats in today's parade.
For decades, for the same occasion every year, it's been a long tradition for almost 3 million spectators to line up along the streets of Manhattan. About another 50 million across the country tune in their TVs first thing Thanksgiving morning to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Of course, the main characters of this almost 100-year-old tradition are the balloons themselves. But just on the other side of the parade barricades and tucked under the giant balloons are the balloon handlers, many of whom have held these positions for years.
This will be Adam Peters' 6th parade working as a handler for the event's famous balloons.
About 2,000 to 3,000 balloon handlers work in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But how do they get this job?
The Simonette family was chosen to be balloon handlers for Bluey last year.
It seems like you have to have some deep connections to get a hold on one of these balloons. You basically have to be an employee of Macy's, family or friends of that employee, or know someone that is, or possibly be invited specifically by Macy's. Although the parade has been running since 1924, you may not know that it wasn't always done with balloons. Balloons didn't come around until 1927, and before that, the parade used animals from the Central Park Zoo in New York. The first balloon to appear in the parade, ironically, was still actually an animal. It was Felix the cat. Standing 30 feet tall, was filled with air and not helium, and accompanied by 4 balloon handlers. Now the balloons filled with helium have been anywhere from over 100 feet tall to over 100 feet long. Some of the tallest ones seen floating through Manhattan have been Minnie Mouse at 60 feet tall, the Pink Panther at 78 feet tall, the first Superman balloon at 80 feet, and you'll never guess which balloon was the tallest. More on that in a second. Each balloon needs about 50 to 100 balloon handlers. These balloons can weigh anywhere from 400 to almost 900 pounds when deflated.
Each giant balloon also has a pilot, 2 co-pilots, a captain, 2 assistant captains.
And speaking of the larger balloons, the tallest one ever used in a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was Popeye's love interest, the one and only Olive Oyl, and their adoptive son, Sweet Pea. The olive oil balloon stood over 100 feet tall, about as long as a blue whale. Now, could you imagine trying to control something that tall in the wind?
It's really heavy. It gives you a workout, you know what I mean?
That's exactly why these balloon handlers have to undergo training multiple times throughout the year just to get ready for the big day on Thanksgiving morning. Just like Outkast said, you could plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. On the day of, who knows if it'll be raining, snowing, or windy out. There's definitely been times when things didn't go so smoothly.
Hit a light pole and popped. And if that wasn't traumatizing enough, the NYPD then had to stab the Barty balloon.
They are constantly adapting and adjusting while simultaneously walking the parade route. In addition to walking the almost 3-mile hike, they are also controlling the amount of slack in their line with a tool called a bone. At the time of recording, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has been marching through the streets of New York for almost 100 years. So the next time you're watching the parade, know that behind every massive 700-pound balloon floating in the air is an organized brigade marching beneath it, helping to light up the eyes of millions of people across the country.